Hey y'all, it's Alec with Sharing the Journey. And we had a situation happen at the campground over the weekend that prompted me to do another Social Security type video. I've done some research, taken my notes, so if you see me looking down, it's because I'm trying to read to give y'all some accurate information. So, the biggest question for us, and I'm sure for you if you're watching this video, is taking Social Security at age 62 the right choice for you? We've decided it is the right choice for us, and I'll tell you a little bit about why. So first of all, the incident that occurred at the campground. So we had a family reunion show up. Lady was just retiring from her job. She was 58 years old, which is the exact age Cindy and I are. She had her 2 kids and her grandchildren down here. Her bucket list trip had always been to go to Yellowstone and the Tetons. And where we're working right now here in West Yellowstone, it is very convenient, 6.5 miles to Yellowstone, but we're only an hour and 30 minutes from the Tetons. So they chose our campground to come and stay. Well, they had done, I think it was either day 1 or day 2 of their week-long trip here in Yellowstone area. And all of a sudden, hear some commotion on the radio, and the daughter, oldest daughter, in her 40s, I think, had run to the office, help, my mom's having a heart attack. Call 911, get the authorities. So that's what we did. We called 911. By the time the ambulance arrived there, again, we're in rural USA. By the time the ambulance arrived, she had expired. Very sad situation. Goes back to the Social Security question. Is 62 the right age? Well, all the money she's paid the government into Social Security now is just vanished. It's not like putting money in a 401k where you can leave it to your family. The money's gone. She paid into it all those years. If she's like me, I started working when I was 14 or 15 years old. I'm 58 now. That's a long time to retire with receiving 0 benefits. So I started thinking about some people maybe y'all could relate to. So I looked up and did some math. Celebrities who were dead before age 67. And I tried to pick, if you're my age, I picked people that my generation would recognize. And these are all people who died before they would have gotten their full Social Security benefit. James Dean, loved his music. Marilyn Monroe, one of the most beautiful women in the country. Jimi Hendrix, the absolute best guitar player ever. Bruce Lee, John Lennon, Elvis Presley, Princess Diana, and one of my favorite pop stars from the 80s, Prince, Purple Rain. All died before they could have taken their full Social Security benefit. And they had life by the horns. They were living it. So then I said, okay, people that died between 62 and 67. So these are people that could have received some benefit for the money they paid in, but never would have made it to full retirement age. The names, again, people that we would know. Steve Jobs. What a genius, right? Died between age 62 and 67. Roger Moore. Great actor. Worst James Bond actor ever, but good actor. He died between 62 and 67. Tom Petty. Great musician. Carrie Fisher. Man, Star Wars wouldn't have been the same without Carrie Fisher. And the Bandit, Burt Reynolds, all died between age 62 and 67. Now, I'm sure they lived life hard and fast. I don't know, besides Marilyn Monroe, if any of them were really into fitness or anything. But if these people would have taken their Social Security at 62, they would have gotten some benefit instead of waiting to 67. So then it made me really delve into how much are we going to get if we take it at 62. Now, I did the math. I'm not going to share all the boring numbers with you. We also, so I had to sign into Social Security, I had to make an account and all that kind of stuff for the computer. And I checked me personally. Now I'm 58, so I've got 3.5 years to go. My Social Security benefits will be $1,998 a month. That's a little above the average. I think the average is around $1,750. I've always worked 2 and 3 jobs. I've had a good life. I've worked hard, retired early. I do get a little bit of retirement check from the state of South Carolina. Nothing huge. But then there's Cindy. Cindy's finally got her 40 quarters in. We got married young. She was 20, having babies starting at 22 years old, I think. And yeah, so she just got her 40 quarters in by working the fair 11 days a year for the last 5 or 6 years. We were in Columbia, and then work camping. So her Social Security will never reach by age 62 what her benefit could be by taking half of mine. So half of mine would be $999 a month, which is still not bad money. You add the two together, that's $2,997 a month, or $35,964. So we could easily say $36,000. And that would replace our work camping income, except for we do get the benefit of a lot of free housing. So we'll probably change our work camping strategy, but not quit work camping altogether. So I did the math. I checked what it would be if I waited till I was 67. I did the math, starting with what I would get paid at 67, all the way back to when I started at 62. I would be 80 years old before the 67-year-old man would pass my 62-year-old self if I waited till I was 67 to take Social Security. Then you have to look at what's the health difference. So we're talking $500 roughly a month difference, a little bit more, like $564. I forget exactly. I didn't write it down because it wasn't important. But then I talked to my dad. I've talked to my friend Bob that comments on this channel a lot. Watch some other videos, and one thing you have to consider is what's your difference in your health going to be between 62 and 67? Are you going to be as spry? Are you going to be as cognitive? I hope you are, but are you going to feel like going out and doing the things we are? You know, I know we're 58 right now. You know, we hike 6 miles. We're the healthiest fat people you know. Okay? Are we going to feel like doing all that when we're 67? From the people I've talked about, the older you get, the less desire you have to do stuff. You know, I got a good friend of mine that's in her mid-70s. She doesn't even want to leave the house anymore. So that's something else. It's not all the money. It's your quality of life. So, you know, then I said, well, you know, it's important to know exactly what Social Security is. So, because that helps you make your decision if you know exactly what the program is. So I went and looked up the definition. Now I'm paraphrasing in this, but Social Security is a federal program that provides financial support to eligible individuals who paid into the system through their payroll taxes. Your benefit is based on your earning history. So the amount of Social Security you get, that benefit, like my $1,998, is based on my history of earnings, and the age at which you take the benefit. So at 62, my monthly check's going to be less than 67. But it takes to 80 for me for them to equal out. I can do a lot of living between 62 and 67 and a lot less working. Now I am going to have to still work camp along the way. So what are the advantages? So I came up with some advantages and some disadvantages. And again, this is for Cindy and I. Could be different for you, but it's important to think about it. Number one advantage is immediate financial relief. What does that mean? That means when I'm 62, Uncle Sam will start paying me back my hard-earned money so I can enjoy life. So number one, immediate financial benefit or relief. Number two, potential longer period of benefit. We don't all know how long we're going to live. We do know one thing. The runway behind us is a lot longer than the runway in front of us. Okay? I'm 2/3 done. I've got maybe a third left. Like I told my kids when we hit this, I hope the next 20 years are mine. Hopefully I got 20 years. I might not. Burt Reynolds didn't. So, third is flexibility in retirement planning. So I know that I am going to take a pay cut when I go on Social Security. And I've decided this 2 years ago, that this is what we were going to do unless something major changes. If I hit the lottery, somebody, a long lost uncle that I don't know, died and left me a fortune, things could change. But for right now, flexibility in retirement planning. So I've been planning. 3 years ago, I had almost $30,000 worth of credit card debt. I had a personal loan, unsecured loan, for $8,500. I had just bought the Jeep. So I had, after my down, I had $18,000 roughly owed on the Jeep. Motorhome right there. People say, hey, what does that motorhome cost? $179,000. Okay? I had a lot of debt. So what am I trying to do? Before I hit age 62, all that's got to be gone. 3 years ago, I started on this plan. I started listening to a lot of Dave Ramsey. He makes a lot of sense on most things. I'm a Dave Ramsey fan. So we took all the bills and we just started paying them off. Credit cards are gone, all three of them. The open line of credit, unsecured loan, gone. The Jeep, I'm 10 months ahead. Okay? When I turn 62, all I'm going to have is the payment on that. And that's it. And I'm going to start, when I get that Jeep paid for, I'm going to take that $800, almost $900 I'm paying extra a month, put it on the motorhome, get it paid for. So you got to start doing your retirement planning. Cons, if you don't do your planning and you take it at 62, you're going to have a reduced benefit. Like I said, I think mine's $564. I don't remember exactly. It could impact your spousal benefits. If your spouse is like my spouse and her Social Security is never going to be half of what yours is because she was a homemaker, she take care of the kids. She or he, nowadays, she or he took care of the kids, took care of, my wife took care of her mother, her grandmother, all these things. So because we're taking it 62, her benefit is smaller. She gets half of what I get. I get a smaller benefit, she's going to get a smaller benefit. So she could, if money was the only thing that you were considering, that's a con. Earning limitations. So right now I can go out and work, make all I want. If I take it at 62 until I get to 67, I've got a limited earning benefit, which is $1,580 a month or $18,960. Now, luckily there's two of us. I can make $1,580, she can make $1,580. We can work part-time, side hustle, you know what I'm talking about? But that is a con, is that I can't go out and make $50,000 and her go out and make another 40 and we make $90,000 together, or she'll make $100,000 and I'll sit home. Can't do that if we take our Social Security earlier. Then I wrote down what are some important factors to consider when making this decision, 62 or 67 years of age, take the benefit. So again, I got my list. Health and longevity. And I almost did those as 1 and 2, but I combined them in one, because you could be really healthy, get hit by a car at age 68, and you have no longevity. Both of our families, especially my family, we have a good history of longevity. So health and longevity are factors to consider, and only you know your health. That's why on Fridays, you can follow me on Fridays, I do Fat to Fit. Got an announcement I'll make this Friday, but I got a lot of blue jeans I can throw away because I'm getting some stuff I hadn't worn in a while. Other sources of money. Do you have other sources of money? Do you have an annuity? Did you have someone in your family pass away and left you some money and you can use some of that? Well, that's a consideration. For me, I do have a small police retirement from the state of South Carolina that I've been receiving for 8 years, and it pays for that. Okay? So basically, that doesn't cost me anything because my retirement checks pays for it. But guess what? 6.4 miles a gallon. That gas money's got to come from somewhere. Okay? So that's why we work. Earnings and tax implications. How is it going to change your taxes? I'm assuming you're making less money. You're going to be taxed less. And then one I didn't put down here, but I just came to my mind, is also your health care. I am fortunate. We do get our health insurance through my retirement. It costs me $567 a month, but I've got 3 kids under 26. It covers dental, vision, major medical for all of us. So where are you going to get your medical insurance? Obama made it a lot. Obama didn't do much for me, but he did do Obamacare, which makes insurance a lot more affordable for people who don't make as much money, or accessible. I would always say, before you make these big financial decisions, is contact your financial advisor. I contacted mine. Hey Reese, I contacted mine. That's my financial advisor, and we decided that with the plans I'm making and getting debt paid off, that for me, it's the right thing to do. Just remember, not all financial advisors are as ethical as mine. And remember, they make their money selling you stuff. So the longer you're investing your money with them, the more money they're making. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you got a good financial advisor. In conclusion, ultimately, this is your decision, yours and your spouse's decision, yours and your significant other's decision. But you just need to make sure that you balance your immediate needs with your long-term financial security, factoring in what you consider your health and your history, your longevity, how long your family normally lives. Not everybody's got great genes. That's not your fault. I mentioned that I'm getting rid of a bunch of genes because I've lost so much weight. But not everybody's family genes are as good as others. And you have to consider that. If The average person in your family dies earlier than most. I think, what does it say? Men typically live to age 70. So if you take that into effect, that if my family's like everybody else's family, well, then you may only be getting Social Security for 3 years. You want to get all your investment back, is all I'm going to say. So again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is just what Cindy and I are planning to do, and I'm sharing it with you. But after the incident at the campground, where that 58-year-old mother who was on her bucket list with her children and grandchildren died without receiving any benefits, makes me think, how long is your runway in front of you? So anyway, happy camping. Follow me for more camping adventures. If you want to help me get ahead on the Jeep, my Amazon link is down below. When you buy something from Amazon, we're an affiliate. Use my link and help us out. It's up to you, doesn't cost you anything. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and join us on our camping adventures. Thank you.